but he was completely serious, and that's how it is in Hollywood. It's like, you know, it's like there's this beautiful tree, and every dog that comes along has to piss on it. And it got to the point where it was like, you know, what the hell? Why do you even buy this thing when you want to completely change it into something unrecognizable? You know, why don't you just come up with your own story? Why do you even bother with this if you're just going to try and change everything? And it got really, really far away from what it was supposed to be at one point. And then when Alex Proyas and Brandon came on board, they were both huge fans of the comic and insisted that it be taken back to what it was in the beginning. And Brandon especially was really enamored with the books, a big fan of the books, and was really instrumental in uh, getting as close to the comic as it is. Um, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, Brandon and Proyas are what made the first film. Um, they're the two real stars of it. I think I think uh, back in the 30s, somebody asked Raymond Chandler, you know, um, how do you feel about what Hollywood has done to your books? And he said, fucking Hollywood hasn't done anything to my books. They're right on the shelf where they've always been. And that's kind of how I think about my stuff too. It's separate from them. You know, it's never gonna be what they want it to be. It's never just gonna be something pure and entertaining. It's always gonna have to have a personal statement from me in it. Otherwise, I can't bring myself to do it. You know, as much as I try to turn myself into a comic book whore, I just can't seem to do it. I can't seem to squeeze out a Spider-Man story or X-Man story. I just can't find it in myself to invest that much time and energy and emotion into it. So I just have to keep doing what I can do, what I'm good at, and you know, and hope I don't get stale or start repeating myself. You know, my father, after he died and I was sorting through all his papers and things, I found some of his old check stubs where he had made like, you know, 230 an hour for years and years. And I was just amazed that he could support a family on wages like that. And I had a new respect for him after seeing that stuff because, you know, growing up, I knew we didn't have a lot, but I never felt wanting for anything. And and now then I understood why he used to work, you know, 80, 90 hours a week. And because of that, you know, I never had a father that I played catch with or went to baseball games with or things like that. He was just some guy that would show up, you know, at dinner time and then go to sleep, and he would be gone before I woke up. So I mean, most of the time I spent with him was when I went with him on his bus routes. So, but he was, you know, he was a good person, and he never complained about anything. And in that respect, I try to be more like him. My wife's having a baby here pretty soon, a girl, and yeah, I'm still, you know, even though I'm 40 years old, I still feel like I'm a teenager. I'm happier now than I have been since I was 18. You know, I'm really glad I didn't decide to just give up and accept things as they were. I mean, there was a great temptation to just give in to everything for a while there, and I'm really glad I didn't now because by not just accepting the way things were and to keep fighting, to keep pushing back all that negativity, it did finally pay off for me. Where you know I feel like I have everything that I've wanted my whole life, and I can enjoy my life now. I don't feel like I'm going through some endurance test or I'm waiting to get to the end for the good part. You know, it's like this is it now. Yeah, unfortunately, the world is full of um, those people that, you know, who are in that same position I was, where they don't feel like they have a whole lot of hope or that things are never going to change. And I'm glad that they can get out of my work that they're, you know, uh, that there is some light at the end of the tunnel, that there is some hope, and that, you know, this true love thing does actually exist. You know, that it is obtainable. It's not just an ideal. And and I really feel sorry for people that have never experienced it, or they just, you know, they don't understand it, or they think that's like some ideal that they're never going to reach, because it is there and it is possible. And you know, and I actually feel lucky that you know, I've got it again, or approached it again. You know, you know, when I met Karen, you know, I kind of fell in love like I did for that very first time, and it's, you know, I feel really lucky for it. So.